Hey there, let's chat about something pretty cool, a concept that's often called the catfish effect. Don't worry, we're not diving into anything too scientific or stuffy here, just a simple, easy to grasp idea that you might even recognize from your own life. Imagine you've got a tank full of sardines. Now, these little fish are pretty chill, right? They're just swimming around, doing their sardine thing. But here's the catch. If you just let them be, they can get a little lazy. They might not move around much, and their quality can actually start to go down. Think of it like a group project where everyone's just coasting, not really pushing themselves. Now, here's where our hero, the catfish, comes in. What happens if you introduce one catfish into that sardine tank? Suddenly, things change. The catfish is a predator, so the sardines, feeling that little bit of danger, start swimming faster, being more alert, and generally staying on their fin tips. They're no longer just drifting. They're actively trying to avoid being someone's dinner. And here's the amazing part. Even though the catfish is a threat, the overall result is that the sardines stay healthier, more active, and their quality actually improves. They're forced to be more vigilant, more resilient, and more alive. So what does this mean for us outside of a fish tank? The catfish effect is basically a metaphor for how a little bit of competition, a new challenge, or even a bit of pressure can actually bring out the best in us or in a group. Think about it in a workplace. If everyone's doing the same thing, with no real incentive to innovate or push boundaries, things can get a bit stagnant. But introduce a new, ambitious person or a new project with a tight deadline, and suddenly everyone steps up their game. They're forced to be more creative, more efficient, and more productive. That new element acts like the catfish, stirring things up in a good way. It can even apply to your personal life. Maybe you've been a little too comfortable, stuck in a routine. Then, something unexpected happens, a new opportunity, a challenging situation, or even just a new hobby that pushes you out of your comfort zone. Suddenly, you find yourself learning new skills, adapting, and growing in ways you didn't think possible. That challenge, that catfish, made you stronger. The key takeaway here is that a little bit of healthy disruption isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes, it's exactly what we need to stay sharp, stay motivated, and truly thrive. It's about understanding that a dash of competition or a new challenge can actually lead to better performance and more vibrant outcomes. So, next time you feel a little pressure, remember the sardines and the catfish. It might just be the push you need to shine.